He vanished. He's not on the screen.
He said he had to go grab something.
On you guys, I just said that's it. I'm out. I can't take these guys.
Wow.
I'm out.
Wow.
I'm out. I had to go get my shoes, so I was going to put them on while I talk to you guys. What's up, boys?
Jalo. Look at those shoes.
Bright yellow shoes. We're going to see you coming from outer space, for goodness sakes, with those things.
You probably get those things for free now, too, don't you? Big-time manager, Major League Baseball. You don't even pay for sneakers anymore, do you?
It's so good, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
I do. I'm very lucky. Nike takes great care of me. But the reason why these are yellow, this is a good story. My best friend suffers from something called leiomyosarcoma. So I'm trying to create some awareness. He's got stage 4. That's why I wear these bracelets. One is for leukemia. I lost a dear friend last year, and then this other one is for him. So it just creates awareness, and all of a sudden you're starting to talk about it. People are like, if I need to support something, they see it come up, they can support it.
Well, obviously we support Mike Hazen and his charity for his wife. So if there's anything we could do to help you and your charity, spreading the word around, let me know. I always make donations to the Diamondbacks on Mike's behalf. We could do it for your friend as well.
I appreciate that. Lots of love to you guys. You know how I feel about you, so I appreciate that.
Amen to
Keep
that.
it in mind.
And I'm going to start with this. I mean, we know that no team goes through a season with 5 starters getting 35 starts each. You got to have a 6th and a 7th and sometimes an 8th. You guys have done a really good job of keeping Ryan Nelson stretched out. I imagine the first thing is that Ryan Nelson will start Tuesday against the Dodgers and replace a B-Rod?
Yeah, it's looking that way. It's a simple fix for us. Look, E-Rod just was complaining of some left shoulder fatigue. He's got some left shoulder.
I can see him. He's frozen in time. He's just frozen in time.
30 to 35 plus starts, and you don't tap into that 6, 7, and 8 guy. But our 6th guy was stretched out here. He's performed well here, and we're just thrilled to have somebody like Ryan Nelson step in there and help us win some baseball games.
Tell me about the onus that is now on Ryan Nelson, given the success that he had last year in the second half of the season, to not give it back, to pitch so well that he says, nope, this is mine and you can't have it.
Well, that's how he's built. I'll tell you that right now. We have challenged Nelly over the past couple of years. We have not handed him the keys to anything. He's gone out there and earned it. He at times, I'm sure if he's doing the math, not this year, but in years past, he's probably been down to his last start or 2, but he's gone out there and just dialed up some beauties, and we've taken notice to it. He was so strong last year that we pushed Jordan Montgomery to the bullpen in favor of him starting the remaining 2 months of the baseball season. So we know what he's built on. He blocks out distractions, and that's really what you have to do at this level, because it can be a little bit of a challenge. It's hard enough just going out there and competing, but if you listen to a lot of the black noise or the things around you, it doesn't help. Nelly's as good as anybody blocking it out. So I have a real strong feel that he's going to go out there and do his job for us until Eduardo gets healthy.
As a matter of details, tell me about how built up he is and how far you think he can get you on Tuesday night in terms of pitches, and how much can that grow over these next few weeks?
Well, what we did when Corbin Burns was able to step away and miss a start, we threw Nelly in there. I think he gave us exactly 70 pitches. So we're going to start in that range.
Okay.
65, 70, and maybe do it for a couple of starts and then allow him to continue to get built up. There's no perfect science to this. I wish there was. I wish there was a way for all of us to say, this is what happens, this is where we're going. It's gonna be perfect in 5 days when he takes the mound. There is a lot of math that's done here. It's way above my head. I'm a baseball manager. You talk about picking up ground balls, I'm your guy. But when you talk about the science of keeping guys healthy, I just follow the rules.
Do you have to apologize to the 4 umpires that you tossed from the game the other day? Because it was obstruction by Lola? Like, do you send them a card with some, some bakery goods or anything like that in there?
You're the best. Really what I do, and I don't know if it goes a long way with the umpires, when I'm wrong, I'll go out there on the next plate meeting and say, hey, man, that one's on me, you guys. Just let it get away from me. And that's my fault. And you know what? They did get it right. The thing that I was arguing was that they had to get together to make this call. This is not a get together, let's figure out what happened type of call. When you have obstruction, you point to it, you run to it, and you say, play is dead, here and here, end of story. But the fact they got together and discussed it for 35, 40 seconds told me they didn't know that nobody had it.
Yeah.
And when I scanned the field quickly, when I saw the player go down, I scanned the field quickly to see if anybody was pointing, which is my responsibility as a manager to find out what's potentially going to be called. Nobody was pointing. They all had their hands down by their side. But I did miss the point by the umpire. I was probably scanning at the wrong time, maybe a little bit too late, because I was watching the play at first base and he'd already done it by that time. So the fact is, I did look at the review. I saw the footage that I needed. They got it right. I just didn't like the way it smelled.
My feeling is that Lawler just not enough experience at second base to understand that play. The right side of the infield so much different than the left side of the infield. Is it as simple an explanation as that on Lawler? Should he have known not to be in that position, or is that just a mistake because of inexperience of playing second base?
Yeah, a little bit of both. You just know you got your timing, your clock. You know who's running. Koss is a good runner. You know he's going to be running right up behind you. You're supposed to step out of the way. You just stayed in the line of the runner. These are those little things. When fans are asking me and my interaction with fans, why isn't Jordan Lawler here at the big league level? We know he's good. We know his time's coming. But these are the little things that we want him to continue to master. It's not hitting balls to the opposite field 395 feet. We know he's going to do that, and that's going to ebb and flow as a young baseball player learns the league. It is about defensive assignments. It is about going out there demonstratively and asking for the ball as a cutoff man rather than having your hands down at your hips. It is positioning yourself the right way when runners are running around you. Those little things take time and they take experience, and you've got to run through it. You can't quite hit every checkpoint. You just hope that there's a lot of good teaching going on. Jeff Gardner's a great AAA manager. He's a great former major league infielder. He would have gotten to all this stuff, but we needed Lawler. And it is what it is, but we're going to continue to pound away with him.
Ketel, Marte, I haven't seen the lineup yet tonight. Is Ketel in it? And kind of a two-parter. How careful do you have to be with Ketel Marte for the foreseeable future at this point, Torey?
Yeah, fair ask. He's good. He's in the lineup. We talked about it. He doesn't like San Francisco when it's cold and the wind is blowing and it's hitting him in the back. And his whole backside is very strong and it gets tight. And when it's tight, he has a tough time. We talked about potentially playing or not playing on the day game and being available off the bench. He said he was ready, but through the course of the game, he got super, super stiff. And at that point, I have to listen to who I feel like is one of our best players and arguably one of the best players in the league when he's telling me I got to get off my feet. So I said, we got an off day. You'll be ready to go on Friday. We checked that box off really quick. So he's fine. We just have to manage him day by day, week by week, and eventually put him on his way, and he's going to play every day like he used to.
Is that your longstanding policy with any player, that if they come to you mid-game and say, get me out of here, you're going to get him out of there? Is that a Ketel thing? What's sort of your policy when it comes to something like that, Torey?
Well, sometimes I'll ask a lot of questions, and I'll be like, are you sure? In most circumstances, like, are you sure this is needed? Our team needs you. Like, it's going to be a good game. And I'll say the common things and try to push it so that they don't back out of there. But when Ketel says it, I can tell by the look on his face, and I know it. I know him so well, and I can tell by his eyes. When your dog or your spouse or somebody looks at you with these sad eyes, and your children look at you with sad eyes, you know it. He's like my child. You know it when it's not right, and you just got to react at that point.
All right. In all honesty, was Eduardo Rodriguez's spot in the rotation in jeopardy at all with the way he was pitching before he went on the injured list?
Not at this point. No. We know that there's more in there. He hasn't been throwing the ball really good. He had some really good early games in the season. We love that. I feel like the defense were the first 3 weeks where we were kind of sleepwalking out there, which was driving me absolutely crazy, cost him some wins, the potential for some wins or pitching deeper into games. So he was doing his job. At the end of the day, we feel like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in our rotation. He's a back end guy. We know that. And to go out and win X amount of games is really what we would ask him to do. Put the ball on the plate. Don't beat yourself. It's just a matter of this point in time in the season, we couldn't make a decision on saying we got to pull any one of our starters out of there. We were going to give them a little bit more of a long leash, and the discussion never really happened.
I got to ask you about the base running before I let you go. You had a runner thrown out at the plate the other day and a gem that Merrill Kelly threw, and then Marino was out stealing in the 6th, and then you had Pavin picked off first base. I'm still seeing a lot of issues with the problems on the base paths. Is this something that's correctable?
It is, and we're on it. And, we have, in my opinion, the best base running coach in the big leagues, one of the best coaches I've ever been around. And I've been doing this a long time. Dave McKay, he's been doing it 20 years longer than me. So he's a very trusted first base coach, and he's on all of these things. What we just talked about right now in our advanced meeting as we head into this Colorado series is let's not give the team extra outs, or let's not take away outs. They're precious. So you get 27 of them. If we can trigger and we got a spot that we're going to go out and exploit somebody like we did with Barnes and the LA Dodgers, we're going to. But when we start to force the issue, and that's what starts to happen when you play baseball a little bit below your standard, everybody's starting to force things. The third base coach is cranking guys and trying to make sends that probably aren't there. The moves that the defense is making might be a little bit more of a pressing mentality rather than letting the game come to them. And we've all been in that space. It's hard to operate when you're playing that way. So we're talking about being smart, having a high baseball IQ, be yourself, and things are going to get better because we have good athletes that want to go out there and make a difference.
Torey, we appreciate the time as always, and we appreciate you bringing awareness to your friend's situation with the yellow shoes and telling us the story. That's great. We appreciate it. Thank you for the openness, and we'll talk to you next week, all right?
Okay, boys. Appreciate you guys, too. Talk to you soon.
Skip,
Torey Lovullo, manager of the Arizona Diamondbacks, joining us for his weekly segment here on the Burns and Gambo Show.
Thanks for watching Burns and Gambo. Click to see more from the guys and hit the button in the middle to subscribe so you never miss a video from Arizona sports.